Okay.
Boom. Respect everybody. Rastafari, blessed love. This is Levi Roots, the Dragon Slayer, live to here to have a chat with you. Let's have a little reasoning and answer your questions as best as I can. I won't be able to answer everything, but I'm going to try my best to answer most of the stuff that you've asked me, because you've had loads of questions. So I'm just going to get straight into it. And the first one I can see on here on Ask Levi, which is me, is from Diana Brown. Now, Diana wanted to know, when are you opening a restaurant in Birmingham? It's quite straightforward, straight to the point. Well, actually, I've just come back from Birmingham this morning. I was there last night, just checking out the places. One of the places that I looked at last night while I was there, I visited the mailbox and had a look around there. I had also walked around New Street and have a look there as well too, you know, right in the kind of corporate area. But I love the mailbox. I love that nice, clean, new look of it. It's a bit like where we are here now in Stratford in the Westfield Shopping Centre. So maybe Birmingham might be the mailbox, but watch the space. The next one that asked me was Candice Duggan. Now, Candice, you were saying, Levi, please bring your lovely food to Lakeside. She was saying that she can't do Westfield, especially this time of year. But Lakeside is one of the list as well, you know, because my plan is to actually roll out the Caribbean Smokehouse across the UK eventually. So Candice, your wait may be a little bit long, but I promise you that I will get to Lakeside in the future because I love it there. I think it's brilliant. So that's Candice. Next up is Javed Hussein. And Javed wanted to ask me and ask Levi, she was saying that I would like to roast a leg of lamb, jerk style. How could she start? Well, you know, I've always said jerk is a flavor. It is a method of cooking as well. Once you've used the flavor, then it's about the method. But the first thing is about the flavor. And the flavor of jerk, simple, allspice. So as long as you can put the key things in jerk, allspice, scotch bonnet, a bit of thyme and a bit of ginger and things like that. Those are the key things. So if you marinate your joint in that, then in some ways it will be a jerk. And then if you can put it in a barbecue or something, then it'll be even more of jerk. But you can actually do it in the oven because jerk is a flavor. And the key flavor is scotch bonnet and allspice or pimenta. So there you go. You can do it. Next question was from Gemma Macombe. Yeah, and asked Levi. And it says that, is there any dish you wish you would make that you can't already? That's an easy one. The Caribbean is full of islands. There are thousands of islands in the Caribbean, and I've just lately scratched the surface with the stuff that I've already started with. So there's so much more. And every time somebody from the Caribbean comes into my restaurant, you know, they will say to me, Levi, you know, I'm from Montserrat and we make the best chicken there and blah blah blah. Somebody else comes in from Antigua and they will tell me that, Levi, have you got any Antiguan stuff because they do the best chicken there? And I'm like, what? Jamaica is the best. No, not really. I'm just saying that everyone in the Caribbean is fantastic, and I will get around eventually to try a lot of the stuff, but there certainly is a lot that I have not done as yet. So respect for that, Gemma. Next up, Arlene Stamp. Arlene Stamped on Ask Levi was saying, when are you going to open a shop in Brixton? Because I would love to taste your food. Well, thank you, Arlene. You know, as you know, Brixton is where I'm from. I still live there. I went to school there. My parents live there. My best friends live there. Everyone that I know lives in Brixton. So of course I'm going to want to have to come there one day and open a restaurant there. Absolutely. But not yet. Because you know the whole saying, a prophet is never recognized in his own home. So he has to go abroad first and then make it and then come back and everybody says, yeah, he is the prophet. So I'm not a prophet yet. I'm working on it. Yes, next up is Sharon Radish. Sharon sent a long one actually on Ask Levi. I came down with the family when Errol Dunkley sang as well as other artists. We had a brilliant night and the music was fab. Do you do these on Saturdays? I wish we did, Sharon. We don't actually. It's Sundays. So the next one is actually on the 4th. And on the 4th, listen this, We got the most fantastic ever. We got Earl 16. Yes, we got Earl 16, the Jamaican legend, the studio one legend, singing live here at the Caribbean Smokehouse restaurant. So you're gonna come, and it's a Sunday because it's a laid-back Sunday. You know what I mean? So we could do it on a Saturday. I'll work on it. But for the moment, it's on a Sunday. So the dates are the 4th of December with Earl 16. The 11th of December, we got the fantastic Miss Dawn Penn. Like, no, no, no. She's going to be here singing live in the restaurant. Then we'll have Lorna G. And we've got G Vibes and a whole lot of stuff. So the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th here at the Caribbean Smokehouse for live acoustic music. So Sharon, you have no mistakes. You got to come down on a Sunday. Next up was Sally Toll, T-O-A-L. And she was saying on Ask Levi, what is your favorite music to listen to while cooking? Lord of mercy, Sally, come on, man. It's reggae sauce. Look, there it is. What else in the music? Well, really, I love all kind of music, actually. And cooking, when we were doing the sauce, one of the strangest albums that we used to listen to when we did the sauce before Dragons and all that was the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love these guys. This Californication album. Wow. Boom. Yes. Who else we got here? Joe Hughes. Now, Joe on Ask Levi said, so glad to get the chance to ask you a question. I'm a huge fan of Caribbean cuisine, so you're a bit of a hero for me. Oh, thank you, baby. Bit of a hero for me. Having read about you in your books too, so my question is, what are your 3 best parts, wisdom, to somebody who wants to make it big in business? My 3 top tips. Oh, first one, get your business plan started. Yeah, that's the first one. Start that business plan about yourself. Like, start to fix up yourself and speak the right term and get yourself ready for business. So a lot of people think that they're ready for business. The business plan might be ready, but themselves, they're not ready. So get yourself ready. That's the first thing. The second thing is know the market. Go out and make sure that there is a market for whatever you want to sell. Some people have got some ideas to sell things, and when they check it out, it's only their friends want to buy it. You gotta make sure that people that are actually paying money for it are working for the money and not just hustling. You know, they got kids and that at home, so when they do buy something, it's because they really want it. So go out and do your market research and make sure there's a market for it. That's number 2. And number 3, easy. Long term, stay focused. You got to be able to stay focused so that when the egg lays, you know, at the end of it, you get a nice omelette. It doesn't come overnight. So focus long term. Those are my 3 tips for you, Joe Hughes. Who's next up? Next up was Paula Powell. What age did you make your first dish, and what was it, Paula? Thank you very much. That's a lovely question, because I love it when I have to talk about my grandma, and she was the first one that taught me how to make fried dumpling. And I know if you're not Jamaican, you may be saying, Levi, what the heck is fried dumpling? Well, it's Johnny cakes in other islands, or it's festivals, or in some islands, or what do they call it? They call it bakes on some other islands. So you see how the Caribbean is. Everybody calls things differently. But my granny taught me that it was fried dumpling. First thing that I ever cooked. And then later on, I did some festivals just by adding some sugar and some cinnamon or some nutmeg inside of it. Yeah. Boom. Lord of mercy. Who else is next here? Angela Duncan. On Ask Levi, Angela was saying, will you be having another open evening? Wasn't able to make the last one when Errol Dunkley and guests came. Wow, a lot of people talking about Errol Dunkley. I loved him too. It's one of our favorite live things here when Errol came. A real legend, one of my favorite songs for him. Okay, Fred, now you're a yaga yaga. He did that for me, like brilliant, and I loved him. Hopefully we'll have Errol back here again. And as I said, the next session is on the 4th of December. Then the one after that is the 11th, and then the 18th. So you can check that out and come and check me out. Okay. Next up was Paul Butter. Asked Levi, the first bloke actually. I love that. Can I ask when will there be a venue opening up in Manchester? Yes. Well, if you remember, a few months ago, I did mention that I was down in Manchester having a look around. And all of a sudden, it was on every newspaper that there was that my next restaurant is going to be in Manchester. But I don't know about that yet, but I was looking around and I loved the vibes in Manchester. I checked out the Trafford Centre. Yes, love it there. and a few other places around Manchester. There's so many investment going in around there now, and I want to be a part of this new growth that's going around. So you probably will be seeing me in Manchester with a restaurant soon. Respect. Yes, Paul. Respect, Paul. Next up on Ask Levi was Nikki Harris. We need a restaurant in Thurrock. Please, Levi. Okay, man. I'm going to come to Thurrock. I love Thurrock. Where is Thurrock, by the way, anyway? Okay, next up was Sophie Bovell. And Ask Levi, she was saying, do you reckon you will collaborate with the genius that is Mr. Dennis Bovell again? And then she says, happy birthday to me. Well, thank you very much, Sophia, for wishing me happy birthday. And of course, the genius that is Dennis Bovell. I always want to work with that guy. He was the first one to produce me. My very first hit, which was like Poor Man's Story, the first time I'd ever been inside a studio, it was produced by that great man, so I owe him a lot. And it was a massive hit. You ask any sound man about Poor Man's Story, Levi Roots' first track, and they will tell you. So big up to Dennis Bovell, my original inspiration. Definitely want to work with him again. Then Peter Speedy P Reeves asks on Ask Levi, why do some people always have to ruin sorrel by adding ginger? I'm going to check that again. Why do some people ruin sorrel by adding ginger? Actually, ginger is a part of the recipe. I'm going to tell you that. Well, it depends. Again, I was saying, you know what the Caribbean is like. Every island is different. So when somebody makes one kind of recipe, it doesn't mean that you're going to stick to it. Anyone can do sorrel in anything. So if you add ginger, that's your thing. My family made sorrel as well in Clarendon. And we put ginger in it. Of course, it's got to have that little bit of peppery kind of hint of a taste of a zing to it. And it's the ginger that does that. So there's nothing at all wrong with adding a bit of ginger to sorrel this Christmas, because we know in the Caribbean, sorrel is the Christmas drink. It's perhaps the only thing that identifies with Christmas, really, because turkey and that, you know, that's like foreign things. But when you talk about sorrel, then you talk about the Caribbean Christmas. Red like blood, love it. Vanessa Hubie asks me on Ask Levi, every time I have eaten there, I become very jolly and usually do fits of laughter. Is it because it's food for the soul? Oh my God, I love that. Well, you know, the first line of the song that I sang on Dragon's Den was, put some music in the food for me. I'm putting music in the food, and that's why you're feeling jolly, because it's got the ingredients of that, you know, that reggae music in there. So fantastic. I'm glad you said that, because it was meant to be. That's what I do, put music in the food. Okay, let's see what go on here. Thanks for that, Vanessa. Carl Foster, he just says congratulations. Respect, Carl. Yes, big respect. Lettice Rose May asks on Ask Levi, this is a long one actually. Do you think it's important for all young people to have that elder figure to teach them how to cook and to grow up in life? I'm very close to my grandmother, and from a young age she has taught me how to cook Caribbean style properly. Never cut any corners. Now I want to take her recipes on and share with the world. She's yearned to come down to the restaurant, and I know she will feel at home. Good luck to everybody. Oh, well, I love that. Because you know me and grandmother, I love when people talk about their grandmother. Because, you know, for me, if it wasn't for my beloved grandmother, Miriam, I wouldn't be here now talking to you about food and all these things, because she did taught me everything that I know. So big up to Lettice. Lettice. I think I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but whatever. I love your email, by the way. I think it's great. And big up to your grandma. Bring her down, of course, because I'll be here. Yes. I want a hug from her. Yeah, bring her down. Absolutely. All right. Next up was Nika Thompson. And she was asking Levi, can I come and do a dish with you? Of course you can. We do cookery classes here. We do the Levi Roots Masterclass on Saturdays. So you're going to visit the website on the Caribbean Smokehouse website, and then you will see the next available date for the masterclass, Levi Roots masterclass. But I do think they're sold out. But every now and again somebody drops off, because you know people love this kind of style, so they're flogging the place here to get onto the masterclass. So check out the website www.caribbeansmokehouse.com for all the news on the cookery class that I do on a Saturday. We even do a kids one as well sometimes for the little ones. Brilliant. Okay, thanks Nika. Junior Blues just says, big up me general, big up Mr. Blues, big up to you too. Yes. Shirley Brace on Ask Levi was asking me, after a fantastic meal last Saturday and a nice chat with you, I'd love to know when your next masterclass is. Lord of mercy. It's getting popular now, isn't it? As I said, check out the website. The dates are there in case they're sold out. So I'm not going to give you any dates right now in case they're sold out. You need to check the website to make sure that you get in. Saudi here, over there, get the jerk style. Yeah. That was Shirley. Nicola Mackenzie. Respect Nicola. On Ask Levi, you were saying that Levi, I've been a fan since Dragon's Den. Respect. And who would you say are the main things that are needed? What would you say? She's written this kind of funny thing. What would you say are the main things that are needed to be succeeded in business? Well, I just kind of said that before, you know, you got to have that business plan, fix up yourself, making sure that you're ready for business. And then secondly, you got to make sure that you research the market, make sure that there is a need, that you haven't invented something and actually people don't want to buy it. Or there is a better one out there and you need to perhaps to sort of reinvent your USP. I didn't say USB, USP, unique selling point, to be able to do that. But those are the three, and then the final one is to be focused long term to make sure that you can stick with it. So those are my 3 points. Nicola McKenzie. Next up was Gemma Macombe was asking, is there any chefs you would like to work with in the future? There's a whole heap of them. I've worked with quite a few here actually. Ainsley Harriet is quite cool. I remember he kind of helped me through in my early days when I started out. But there's some chefs like Colin Brown. Yes, Chef Colin Brown. I love Colin Brown. So if you don't know him, check him out. He's got some stuff in Tesco's and Sainsbury's at the moment. But he's one of the key Caribbean chefs here in the UK before I was around. Now I am the key, but I'm still bigging up Colin. Respect you, Mr. Colin Brown. You are the man that I'd love to work with. Next up is Maria Ellis, who says, how do you decide where to base your first restaurant? And since it's so successful, do you plan to expand in other venues? Happy first birthday. How did I choose this place? Westfield Shopping Centre in Stratford is the biggest shopping centre in Europe. Of course, that's where Caribbean food belongs. No longer do we belong in them back street takeaways in Brixton and in Hackney and them places there. We should be here bigging up ourselves amongst the biggest brands that are inside Westfield Shopping Centre. And that's where I wanted the Levi Roots brand to begin. To begin like how you aim to continue. So that's what it's about, being fabulous. And plus, this is where my customers are. You know, this is where people hang out. This is the Levi Roots type customers. So that's why we're here. And then afterwards, we just spread ourselves out into the country. Next up for the next question was Charlene Mel. Charlene Mel. She just says, I love your food. Can you make me a winner, please? Can you make me a winner? Charlene, you are already a winner, baby. I can feel it. I'm like feeling that you're a winner. All I need to do is tell you to stay focused. Stay focused. That's the key. You've got it right there. Next up was Vanessa. Vanessa Hubie says, hello, do you mean live on FB? Of course we're live on FB. And respect to you. One love. Levi Roots. Respect. Okay, we've got some more here. Okay. Tessa Ankinson has just written in, and she's on Ask Levi, she's saying, is Gregory Isaacs' Night Nurse the best tune ever? That's questionable. They're gonna say that they're Tessa. I love Gregory Isaac. He's one of my favorite. I remember him in the movie Rockers. Remember him when he had the briefcase and looking real cool and everything like that. And plus they've just put a plaque on the house that he used to live here in the UK. So he's a friend of mine. But I don't think that, Night Nurse is the best track ever. There's quite a few others which I'm not going to mention that I do like as well. But I do like that. Sylvia Siddons. Sylvia is asking me and ask Levi, when is he going to spice up Lincolnshire? And was Mrs. Potts Scotch bonnet hot as Jamaican ones, hotter than Jamaican bread? Well, Lincolnshire, I love Lincolnshire. Of course I'm going to get there one day. And I know people in Lincolnshire listen to my BBC Radio 2 program. So respect to that. And was Mrs. Potts Scotch bonnets hotter? I remember Mrs. Potts bringing those Scotch bonnets. She took the seeds from Jamaica and she grew them here. And then she brought a sample for me here in my Caribbean restaurant and asked me to try them. And you know what? They absolutely blew my head off. I don't know about hotter than the Jamaicans, but they were on par. So respect for that, Miss Sylvia Siddon. Coal Pot Lady. Heidi Brown was asking, what was your biggest inspiration when creating your music? What or who? Perhaps my grandmother was a big inspiration about my music because she was the first real voice that I learned to love. But I must say that I got inspired by Bob Marley's album, Natty Dread. The first one that I ever brought. Actually spend my money for my working and buy an album. It was Bob Marley. So I would perhaps say that his album was one of the biggest inspiration for me to turn my life around and turn me into a Rasta man. Who else is here now? This one here. Okay, Sports Fan. Sports Fan is asking me and ask Levi, when you made your pitch on Dragon's Den, did you ever think you'd have a restaurant near the iconic Olympic Park? Wow. Yes, I did. I did. I had plans, guys. As I said, I knew my market. I knew there was a gap in the market, and I knew what I wanted to do because I had my business plan. And these were the places that I was talking about in my business plan. That I said, I wanted this, my fabulous sauce, my grandmother's sauce, to be able to get to the people in places like the Westfield. And I'm so proud that I'm here, and now that I've got West Ham fans and everybody's coming to the restaurant and enjoying my lovely food. So respect to that. Big respect. So guys, fantastic. Now I've got to choose the best three questions to give away the prize of a cookery book. It's 2 meals for here in the restaurant to eat with me, and then the next cooking set, a goodie bag. And a goodie bag, yes. I give away a goodie bag of Levi Roots books and my sauces and stuff like that and things. So I'm going to choose 3 winners. Lord of mercy. It's not easy. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look to see which is our 3. I kind of know in my mind what I'm going to give, but I just need to have a recheck just so I don't yeah, just to make sure that I don't give the wrong prize. So, okay, I like that one there. Okay, the success about business, of course, because again, I don't want to just be here chatting to you and not give you some information to go away with that can really change your lives. And I think Nicola Mackenzie's question about the business, I think that really was a challenging question, and it made me really have to give you a real answer, a proper answer. So I'm going to choose Nicola Mackenzie, who was asking me. She said that she was Dragon's Den and she wanted to know, what situations are needed to be successful in business. So that one there, I liked. Chefs to work with, of course, because that's what it was about. And who asked that question there? It was Gemma Makumbi. I'm gonna say that, Gemma Makumbi. And the lady who asked me about Dennis Bovell. That was very inspirational because she had been down as well. Where is she? Let me find her. Because I did like that. Oh yeah, she's Sophia Bovell. So it's those 3. Come on down, guys. And remember, it's not a restaurant. No, it's not. It is not a restaurant. It's a restaurant. Yes, a restaurant. Respect.